guess we have some thoughts here. All
Mhm.
right. So Kim, Khloé, Chris, and Trish Trash are on Kim Air. Kim Air is Kim's private plane. Unfortunately, Tristan's mom passed away. She had a heart attack at the beginning of the year. She was only 53 years old, and she survived by her four kids, her four boys. Andrea, which is Tristan's mom, takes care of Amari, and he is disabled. So now Tristan is the guardian of her of his brother. The Kardashians are there for Tristan, and to be honest, I didn't hear any of Tristan's praises to the Kardashians being the family. I know the situation's tough, but I wasn't listening to him. My honest truth. You'll probably recap what he said.
I
Uh,
won't.
Chloe says that she used to speak to Andrea every day. Basically, Tristan and Amari are living with Chloe because Tristan's house, his roof, collapsed. And conveniently, they had to move in with her, even though Tristan has millions of dollars and couldn't get his own apartment. In the meantime, aren't there hotels? But neither here nor there.
Hmm.
Then Kim and Chloe say that they had to clean Andrea's apartment, look for all the important documents, prepare Amari to be moved, plan the funeral, and things like that. So Kim is saying that that was like her first insight into like planning a funeral because she didn't plan her dad's. Um, then Kim says that it was going to be Chloe's year, to do all these things, and then all of a sudden all these things happen. Chloe says that Tristan is family, and this is what family does. You don't have to treat me right for me to treat you right. You're better than me, girl. Then Chris starts crying for Amari and says this whole situation breaks her heart. And this is how the season ends.
So, full disclaimer, I think it's so sad what happened to his mother. It's definitely, a very sad situation. And I hate that, Amari is without his mom and, the only, caretaker he's ever known. So that was just like heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Full stop. End of disclaimer. Tristan can go to hell. Like, straight to hell. I give 0 F's about this man. 0. I don't care how many babies you have by him. He is trash. He is the sorriest human being in the world. And we've had already people hate on us about what we say on Kanye.
And it's not even that bad.
It's not that bad. Like, Kanye got his issues. We know this. But there is no one worse than Tristan in this god-awful family. Like, nobody. As far as, like, the men, Lamar was found in a brothel, like Khloé needed to remind us this season. And he's still better than trash-ass Tristan. Like, that man is just garbage. Like, the foulest smelling garbage. And for him to sit there and thank them as though they're these like guardian angel saviors of life type of thing is so hypocritical given everything he put that woman through. Everything. Not just once, not just twice, 3 times. All in public. Once with a family friend. Once fathering another child. Like, trash. He forced Khloé into labor with True. Trash. Like, if that man was on fire and I had a bottle of water, I would drink it. I would not save him. That is not a person that I would ever want to be around. Like, I was so frustrated watching that whole scene. I completely understand her wanting to help out. She had a close relationship with Andrea. I get that. I don't think it was right for Kim to bring up the fact that they cleaned her house. Girl, stop. Like, why? Why even say that? Oh, and we needed to look for the papers and we needed. Nobody asked you to do any of that stuff. Like, that felt very like awkward to me to like put that out there. This woman just died, and you're out here talking about, oh, basically her apartment was a mess, and we needed to clean it up, and we needed to do all these things. It's like,
Oh, I didn't take it like that.
that's
I
totally how I took it.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, what? Like, and then like it was so awkward to me. And not only that, but like given the fact that we've seen, because they post things and things are posted about them daily, so it's not on the show yet. Kim seems to have such a close relationship with Tristan now. It's disgusting to me.
It's pretty nauseating. I'm
Oh
like,
my,
what? They were just hanging out in Miami for Messi's thing.
his
Like when
debut
Yeah. I was like, what? Like
and partying at Live.
that's where they were? Live?
They went to Live. Yeah, like that was so disturbing. So going back to this scene, to the final few minutes, and the fact that like Khloé, oh, they had to move it. Girl, it don't take that long to repair a roof. I used to work for a roofing company years and years ago. That that whole thing can be done in a day, ma'am. In a day. They don't need to be living in your house. Hotels have handicap available rooms. Like, there's a plethora of things that could have been done. But for them to just kind of make it seem as though like, no, he had to move in, and take Amari with him, and this and that. It's just sickening, because it's like, I get that Chloe's a good woman. She seems like she's a good woman when it comes to the men in her life. She seems to be a very good woman, and that's great and all. And you will be blessed one of these days with the right kind of man in your life. I'm sure of it. But you continue to have trash in your life like that, you will continue to attract trash. Like, isn't that like one of the scientific laws out there? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm gonna end my rant before I say something that'll just get me in so much trouble.
Say it. Say it.
No, your
Okay.
turn.
My turn. I think you summed it up for all of us and all of America. Maybe overseas too. I mean, Tristan is not my favorite person. I think I don't know. I I don't know. It's not like, you know, I Scott did this too. They just accept these men because maybe it's for the kids, maybe it's because of the fame at this point, because they need them, like they're associated now, they keep their circle tight. uh I get that Chloe's trying to help Tristan because that's the father of her kids, but this is not a man that doesn't have resources. You
Right.
can go rent a house. You have people to do these things for you in like a day. Like,
Right.
I just feel like Tristan is using every opportunity to use Chloe, to get back with Chloe, to stay in her life, invade her space, as we see. Like, he's trying to sit next to her and she shimmies and they shimmy and it's awkward for a couple seconds,
Real
kind of
awkward.
thing. Like, it's at this point I feel like it's not fair that he's doing this to her.
Yeah.
I'm sure that she still loves him, like for real, for real.
Yeah.
So he's not allowing her to kind of like move on and, let this be a for real co parenting relationship. You're here
Yeah.
trying to get with me is not helping me.
Right.
And I think he's being selfish with it, with that whole situation. And he's using
Yeah.
his brother, with
No.
Andrea being the sole guardian of him before. Like, that whole situation, like it breaks my heart. It'll break her heart. So I just feel like Chloe's just taking care of everybody, and I'm not
I
sure how she's. I'm gonna sound like Kourtney. Like, how's her mental health? Like, what's driving her, kind of thing. Like,
know she did it.
no, but for real, like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like she's just gonna combust at some point. Like, I don't know. Maybe she's in a great space, but I'm getting the vibe or the feeling that this is not sustainable.
It
Tristan is rocking my
doesn't.
nerves. It's not letting my girl move on. This was gonna be her year, like Kim said. Like, finally, I'm over this crap. And then now this. It's like at some point
Yeah.
a girl's gonna snap. And for those who've seen that show Snap, comment below and say, yeah, them women were crazy. We all watched it. Y'all know.
So great. Listen, like, okay, my whole thing is maybe Tristan can't afford it because he's got so much child support to pay. Let's not forget he's got other kids. You know, maybe he can't afford it because he's been a trash ass player and it's not like he's gotten paid a lot by the NBA teams he's been a part of. Who knows? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe that's why Khloé has such a huge heart and is trying to help him out. But you know, one thing that I have learned from this season, I finally understand Kourtney and everything that she went through with Scott and the fact that her family kept him around and the fact that they kept trying to push her back to him despite the things he had done to her. There's a reason that Robert Kardashian and Kris Jenner divorced. There's a reason Kris Jenner and then Bruce Jenner divorced. There's a reason she hasn't committed to Corey Gamble. I think there's a reason for all of this, and it stems back to Kris Jenner and the fact that she's had some crappy relationships and she's allowed certain things to go on in her life, and now her daughters are following suit because Kourtney might have been the only one who was trying to break the cycle. And here they were trying to push her back into Scott's arms when she wanted better. She knew she deserved better. She finally got better. You know, like seeing the way that Kim and Kris and all them interact with Tristan now, it's like, how could Kim really say, oh, I thought this was going to be your year, blah, 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 when you're out here partying with him? What if this whole tragedy hadn't happened and he hadn't had to move in, but you're still there hanging out with him? You know, like, I get Khloé absolutely has to be involved with him as far as co-parenting, but it doesn't need to go beyond that. But here is my family and Kim, who's like her bestie now, hanging out with him all the time. Like, that's awkward. And I don't know if it's just that they don't say that to one another or what the deal is, but like, that's very toxic and not very healthy of a family dynamic to be able to like kind of continue to allow these trash ass men to dog them as much as they do, not just privately but publicly. And then, you know, like, oh, it's okay, they're family, we'll forgive them because it's family. Like, it's in a Fast and Furious movie, bro. Like, this is real life. Your kids are gonna grow up, they're gonna learn the things that these people did, and they're either gonna repeat the same cycle that you did, their grandmother did, or they're gonna finally break it the way that Kourtney did. But either way, it's like, it's so sad now looking back at everything Kourtney was put through and seeing Khloé kind of willingly go into this whole situation in the opposite direction of what Kourtney did. And then still embracing Tristan the way that they embraced Scott. Like, I don't know. I don't care for it. And I guess it also, it's like a weird thing. I don't know if you like think about it. Like Lamar, he had family issues. They tried to like adopt him. Kanye, he lost his mom. They tried to like adopt him. Scott lost both of his parents. They tried to like adopt him. Tristan lost his mom now. And I saw that it was Amari's birthday. I don't know if it was yesterday or today. And Kris wrote a post, and at the end of it, she put Lovey. Lovey is what her grandkids call her. Why are you putting that for Amari? Like, why do they do this with like all the men in their lives, right? Like, it just seems so weird. And whatever, to each their own, family dynamic, whatever they want to do. But like, it's such a crappy example to be setting for their children.
Whoa. Well, this could also stem from probably them. They always talk about how Kris did such a good job and like Robert Sr. did a good job with like co-parenting and getting along with Bruce, now Caitlyn, and they had this whole Brady bunched mixed family together. So I think them trying to maintain those relationships with the baby daddies, ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends, whatever, they're trying to do the same thing, like emulate like that vibe. but it's not working. I think, I was rooting in the beginning. I'm like, you know what? I finally accepted that Kourtney married Trav. I was kind of hoping that she got with Scott, but I understand why she's not with him. Scott seems like he's changed now, but Kourtney had enough. I
Yeah.
don't think Chloe's in that space yet that she's
Right.
had enough. Kourtney, it's been what, decades? Not decades, but more than a decade with
Yeah.
that whole Scott saga and
Yeah.
dating and finally finding Travis. So I think just Courtney's not there yet. I mean,
Khloé.
Chloe's not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't compare them. They're in two different spaces right now. You know.
Fine. Fine. But Tristan's still trash.
Yeah, he's not my favorite human being.
Nope.
Not at all. But guys, I think that wraps up today's video. What do you think about Tristan? I'm curious because I don't know. Are we the only ones that are Trish trash haters? Like he ain't it. She's not even paying child support. He's never even visited like his other kid from what is her name? Nichols.
Mariam, something Nichols, Marianne, something Nichols, yeah.
He's just like fixated on Chloe and like leave her alone. She's trying to move on. Like,
I
gosh, I don't
know.
know. I think he's just using her and trying to manipulate her and I
Yeah,
sometimes it seems like Chloe is in a great space and then sometimes I feel like she's not. And I
yeah,
think this is like one of those soft spots for her and it's hard to like get out, get back in, get out, it's always
yeah,
one of those things. We've all dealt with something like that in the past. But
yeah,
let us know in the comments.
yeah.
Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We have like about 61 followers now. Hey, I'm
Oh,
celebrating. We're celebrating here. We're
heck
almost to
yeah.
100, which means we're almost to 500, which is our initial goal. So we would really appreciate you subscribing, telling your friends we're funny. We might say outlandish things. We mean it. We don't mean it. We mean it. That's how
Yeah,
we roll.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. All right, guys, till next season. But check out our other videos. We're always posting almost every day. So see you later.
Bye.
Peace.